Camera's really good.
I'm kind of.
No,
that's okay. It just last time I remember it.
Oh, it did, it went cool.
I think it's okay. Sandy's got it covered.
You do.
Casey, this is Chris Coker. Can you hear me? Hello?
Chief, do you want to lead us?
Yes. All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome everyone to the council meeting this evening. This is Mayor Springer. It's November 19th. It is now 7 o'clock. Online joining us tonight is our attorney, Chris Coker, our fire chief, Jacob Coker, and then our other guest is Chief Green with the Aberdeen Police Department this evening. I'm going to call to order tonight. Councilman Skinner. Roll call.
Present.
Councilman Nguyen.
Nope.
Okay, we'll come back to that. And he is supposed to be online. He did let me know he'd be online tonight. Councilmember Spargo.
Here.
Councilmember Collette.
Here.
Councilmember Darcy.
Here.
Okay, we'll go ahead and move forward, or at this point in time, we do have a council member that is not present. Is there a motion to excuse?
Councilman Spargo motions to excuse Councilman Nguyen.
Councilman Collette seconds.
Okay. So we will go ahead and excuse Councilman Nguyen tonight. Is there approval of agenda this evening?
Councilman Skinner moves to accept agenda.
Councilman Spargo seconds.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor of approving the agenda, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Moving on, consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Councilman Skinner, so moved.
Councilman Darcy, seconds.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? At this time, council members, are there any comments that you would like to make? Hearing none, we'll go ahead and move on to committee reports. Auditing committee.
I presented at the last council meeting, I had reported about 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Parks committee.
The Parks Committee met. We have finally kind of locked in the starting of a volunteer committee of citizens that are going to start meeting monthly with me. So hopefully going forward, we'll have a little more to report on. Please, if you'd like to join that committee, reach out to myself at Councilman3. Looking forward to anyone interested.
Thank you, Councilman. Public safety.
We have not held a meeting.
Public works.
We are having one, it would be 2 weeks, where we'll have a meeting. Right now, Donnie has been busy. She did get the street sweeper out, not when it got repaired, so it looks much better out there, getting a majority of the leaves were finally decided to be done, dropping. And we have been, noticing and recognizing, lifts, bad spots in sidewalks, and those are getting addressed. And he's out spray painting and coating, and hopefully come next spring, start repairs when it's better weather. So we are recognizing and identifying those.
Thank you. City officials report. Clerk Grove is not here tonight, and I do want to introduce our clerk for the evening. It's Sandy Laird. She is a volunteer clerk for the fire department. Thank you for filling in this evening. Chief Lehman.
Good evening, Council and Mayor. We had 55 incidents between the last time I gave you a kind of a number report of October 15th through now. Some of the calls for service included an assault of a child investigation, some theft investigations, home lockout, numerous fire assists, animal complaints, sex offense, a bunch of civil disputes. We had a significant theft that occurred in the old Cosmo property. With a multi-agency effort, and in large held the use of a canine from the Aberdeen Police Department and a drone from the Hopeland Police Department. Using the thermal, we were able to get one of the persons in custody for that. Shortly thereafter, a large object in the road that kind of went viral that was humorous. Over 1.4 million views on the picture of a California sea lion that was entertaining.
All over the
He wasn't one of the suspects, was he?
People like the critters, had some fun with it. But I'll refer to Aberdeen for the after hours numbers. I would also say to the council, I had hoped for the documents to be ready for the council meeting tonight. But due to the complexity of two city councils, different city attorneys, the documents weren't quite ready in time to get them out to you into the packet in the time frame that needed to be. But I believe that everything will be in front of you at the next council meeting for action on December 3rd, and then route it to Aberdeen Council for action on December 10th if you've moved it forward. So just a kind of a status update on that. The last thing I would address is apparently there was quite a bit of internet conversation that occurred about with a picture of a door camera of a masked person knocking on a door. While it looks very concerning at face value, per other reports, it was some kids having some fun knocking and running. But the initial report of it, that it was claimed that there wasn't a response. And I don't think the person had any ill intent on saying that, but the context, it was over a half an hour later that a call was made to report it. It wasn't reported as an in-progress crime or anything like that. Within 2 minutes of the report, Aberdeen Police Department was dispatched, and they spent approximately a half an hour checking the area assigned to the call. So there was a response. Nobody was told there was not going to be a police response. And I didn't know about the social media post until after the weekend, and then tried to address it to calm anybody that was concerned about it. They kind of take on a life on their own, but it's a valid concern. If a masked person's knocking on your door and you see it, it is very legitimate to be concerned about that. But the bigger picture of it was, once it was reported, like I said, it was just shy of 30 minutes later, and it was responded to, and the area was thoroughly checked. There was a second thing mentioned into it, somebody confronting somebody else about loud music while sitting in their car, and I do believe it had absolutely nothing to do with the other incident, and strongly believe it had something to do with somebody that lives in a certain neighborhood with some mental health struggles. And it was loud music and there was a confrontation, but there was no danger to the public, and there's no reason for them to be panicking over that. It's important that they remember to call things in and not just post it on social media. And the more timely the report, the better. Our current contract with Aberdeen is to respond to calls for service. They are not over here proactively patrolling for now. That is something that will be included if you choose to go with that next contract. But right now, we're not paying for that service. We're paying for a response for calls. So if there is a needed response, the call just needs to be made. And please don't call our police department and leave voicemails for the chief of police who's on his days off and then be upset that there wasn't a response to the call. Please call the non-emergency number if it's a non-emergency, which we've continued to push out, to advertise, put in pamphlets inside of City Hall, and there was a mailer that gone out, 533-8765, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, or call 911 if it's an emergency, and they will sort it out and dispatch the appropriate agency to who's responding at that time. So, sorry I spoke so long, but I know that there had been some rattling going on about the concerns of that. We do have police services. It just does not look like it did a year ago. And that's okay, it's where we're at. So that's it for me.
Thank you, Chief, for the explanation and information. Chief Green?
Yes, so we responded to 24 calls over the course of October, and I'll reiterate what Chief Lehman said, that your citizens need to keep calling us, because if they don't call, it doesn't do any good to leave Heath an email or a voicemail that he gets to in 2 days. It's certainly not a unique problem. I get my share of emails and voicemails where people trying to report things, and clicks are cool on social media, but we prefer people call 911 or dispatch and let us know so we get some cops over here quickly to try to take care of the problem. I think you guys probably saw last night too, somebody tied a dog up at Mill Creek Park.
Resolved today.
Yeah, took care of it today, so we'll get that dog into a better place. But that's a perfect example. You need to call us, let us know, because we're not going to find it otherwise.
Thank you. Now for the mayor's report. I want to personally thank Councilmember Skinner. He's not only a great council member, but he's also a great handyman here at City Hall. When we need something taken care of, he's right on it. He hung a very, very large TV that had been purchased a few years ago and was able to get it up, and we hope to move our council meetings into the community center in January. So thank you for that. We appreciate it. With that TV being in the community center, one of the things that I think we really, all of us, work diligently trying to be transparent, being available to talk to citizens. I know that when we look at our population, close to 50% of our population is 50 and older. A lot of them that have been attending the soup on Tuesday, the luncheon, they've talked about they don't drive, they don't do Zoom, they don't do the social media. So one of the things to provide more opportunities to them is that we will pick a day once a month, maybe 2 days a month, where we will have the council meetings for those citizens to come in during the daytime, and myself, or we'll have one of the council members there to assist them in understanding how to get into that meeting, even assist them if they want to learn how to Zoom, but be there to kind of make it more available so they have more information and insight what is happening to the city. And sometimes council meetings are, the night just doesn't work for people. So we want to give them more opportunities to provide important information to our citizens. And with that, Sandy, how many do we have online tonight?
11.
11 online tonight. And Councilman Nguyen did join us. Thank you, Councilman Nguyen. Happy to have you here. Just a reminder that we are continuing to do the senior lunch every Tuesday from 12 to 1. And then we do have the food pantry. And I'm going to ask Sue Darcy at this time just to speak to that a little bit.
Yeah, we had started a food pantry with the help of Michelle Fagas, also another community member that we have here. And she was a great connection with the Ocean Shore Senior Center out there that gave us our first big chunk of food items. And we've had I went around to multiple businesses in town and got some donations from them, and quite a few citizens have started stepping up and leaving monetary donations at City Hall for me, or when they see me, the senior lunch, they'll do that too. But yeah, we have shelves set up in the old office in the Old City Hall, and if the shelves are full. In fact, I went shopping today to try to gather up Thanksgiving items to pass out on Tuesday. So right now, I'm trying to do it once a week, and Tuesday seems to be a good day so far. And so far, we've had the last 2 Tuesdays we've had at least 10 people on both of those days show up, and I have made a couple of deliveries, and Kay has made a delivery. We have a couple citizens that can't make it out, and then a couple of the seniors also have taken the opportunity to pick up while they're there also. So hopefully try to just keep it going as long as it can go. I think this holiday season will probably be the biggest need, and we'll see after we get through the holidays if there's still, a big need out there. There might be, so we'll keep it going as long as we can. Yeah.
Thank you for that.
There are drop-off boxes in the lobby of City Hall if you want to drop off if you're coming in to pay your utility bill. There are boxes there, and I also got a big, huge donation from Tractor Supply for cat and dog food, so I have quite a bit of that to hand out too. So it's not just food for humans, there's also the pet food too that's available.
Thank you.
Yep.
Just to let everyone know that next week is Thanksgiving. And so we will be closed Wednesday and Thursday, and you may be asking why Thursday. Normally, what the office would be closed on Friday, and so in the contract, they have 2 holidays, and so that would be Wednesday and Thursday next week. The notices are on the door and at the post office, so please show that so people will know that that the office is closed at that time. I want to tell you, we're ending our second year here, the council and myself, and while we've had challenges and struggle, it's truly an honor to serve the city, even with the challenges that we've had. The last 2 storms was a very good example of people stepping up and saying, we know you're working lean, how can we help you? And so not only did the citizens, but council members were out there cleaning and helping. And it takes, when I say a village, it takes this community working together. And I think we've really proven that we do that, and we do an excellent job. And I truly want to thank everyone for all of your help and assistance as we kind of go through these challenging times. Also, I also want to thank our Kazi Pedal Pushers. They are our flower team. They do everything on donation and volunteer time. As you probably noticed, they put all the fall decorations. They are getting ready. They do our winter decorations. They'll be putting greenery in. And so if you would like to help, Marnie Schumacher is in charge of the pedal pusher. They have some great volunteers on that team, but it is time for her to be thinking about the spring flowers that need to be ordered. So if you would like to donate, or if you would like to be a volunteer and adopt a planter, Marnie Schumacher phone number is 360-580-0628. Please reach out to her. She'd appreciate anything you can do to help beautify our city. And again, this is at no cost to the city, and just a lot of volunteers and work that people are doing to make a difference. So moving on to new business. At this time, we will now open the public hearing. It is 7:17. Are there any public comments on this item?
Which is the final budget, public hearing on the final budget.
It's a hearing on the final budget. Hearing no public comments, we are going to close it at 7:18.
Public hearing now?
Could you let me share, Sandy?
See that written out loud, but we don't follow the agenda anymore, so that's okay.
So we are on the agenda item 9. And again, we are moving on to the second item after item 1, item 2. Tara?
Yes, so this is the second and final read of the property tax ordinance for 2026. As a reminder, we need to get something passed this evening. We need to submit this to the county by the end of the month. So council can adopt the 1% increase, which is the ordinance as written, or you could adopt a 0% increase if you would like, or something in between. You've heard me say many times, I highly recommend you take the full 1%. It accounts for a whopping $4,800. The impact for a home valued at $400,000, for example, will be $6.65 for the full year. So we're talking less than $1 a month, closer to 50 cents a month on a $400,000 home. As a reminder, just over 20% of the total tax levy for your homeowners is related to the city's levy. The bulk of it is school, port, county. I'm happy to take questions or hear a motion for a vote.
We can't, until new business. We can't
Oh,
take a
correct.
vote.
Okay, correct. Yes.
So moving on to,
Do we take discussion now or later?
There's new business.
it looks like we could take discussion now.
Maybe we need to change the agenda.
Council, are there any discussion, any comments you'd like to make on that?
No,
No.
Okay, so we'll move on to item 3.
This is the first reading of the budget ordinance for 2026. So the budget book in its entirety has been attached in the packet for reference. There have been no changes to the budget book since we last met. So this is the first read of the ordinance. Second and final read is scheduled for December 3rd. Of course, you can delay that and have another meeting in December if you would like to do so. I don't have anything prepared on the budget since we don't have any changes, but if there are any questions or any items that anyone would like to go through, we can certainly do that.
Councilman Nguyen here, I do have a
I'm good.
Any comments or any discussion? Okay. Moving on to item 4.
Can you hear me, folks?
Bill Sedor.
The plumbing permit fees are the ones that I proposed to you at the last month council meeting.
Right.
They follow in line with what Aberdeen has adopted. I also reviewed some other cities, Westport, and they're all comparable. So it's something that really needs to be updated. They haven't been updated since 1999. And times have changed, prices have changed. So I think to bring them in line, this is what we need to look at and pass.
Yeah, I was surprised when I looked at the ordinance, I was like, it was like, yeah, 2000, I'm like, that's 25 years that, yeah.
Been a few changes since.
A lot
Yeah.
of changes, yeah.
One or two.
Yeah.
Are there any questions or other comments that you have for Mr. Sedor this evening? Okay. Then we'll go ahead.
Hold on a second. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just got a text message saying that Councilman Nguyen is trying to make a comment. and
Oh, okay.
Online, they can hear him, but we are not hearing him. So if you can maybe
Thank
figure
you.
that out.
Yeah, thank you. Are you able to hear me now?
Is he, so he's not muted if other people are hearing him?
Yeah, online
We're
says they can
muted
hear
him
him.
somewhere.
It must be our,
But it's obvious that we're not, because we're not responding. So
Fine.
sorry to interrupt, but.
No,
Do you want me to try unmuting my computer?
let's try that. See.
Bill, did you have an inspector's report? I reported you sent it in.
Right, though, right? Okay, that wasn't.
Well,
Maybe
it
he can
seems like you
call a
got some
phone, we
email.
can have him at least on a telephone.
Yeah, Councilman Nguyen, could you please call my phone? I'll give it to you because it's out there for everybody anyway. 360-580-3312, and I'll put you on speaker.
I can't really stay on the meeting on this. involved. My question, it's not that urgent.
Okay, since it's there.
So Councilman Nguyen.
I just got another text message saying that apparently he can't stay on the meeting. And, yeah, so just move forward.
Okay, thank you, Councilman Nguyen. We'll,
Mayor, this is Chris Coker. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, great, good. I don't have anything to say, I just was testing it.
Okay, perfect,
Okay.
Yes, you can.
okay, all right. So then we'll go ahead and move on to item 5. Chief Green is here this evening. As you heard, the contracts right now are with our attorneys. They will be at the next meeting. He wanted to be available if you had additional questions or comments, and even the audience, if you have any comments, because you've had a few weeks to think or maybe develop any other questions that you may have. Okay. Hearing no questions, we will move on to public comments. Please state your first name and you'll have 3 minutes. Yes.
Carl, 1006 Bell Drive, got 3 things here. Perhaps I was sleeping and snoring. Under city officials' reports, I didn't hear anything, clerk treasurer, fire chief, or building inspector. No reports from them. Item 4, a new business discussion, resolution 2025-15. Okay, this is a question, you won't answer questions. My comment is, if this is not in line with 2025-14, are we perhaps opening the city to some discriminatory lawsuits? Are they the same hookup price there versus if I purchased a piece of property and developed a home? Is it the same? That's my concern. I expressed that last week, as a couple of council people remember. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any other comments? No. So at this time, we do have Mr. Sedor here that could provide some information. I think it may also help the council regarding hookups, residential versus business. Is that what you're asking?
It's going to be residential, isn't it? If they're homes.
So again, Mr. Sedor, you're the expert here. Would you like to speak to that?
Okay, what specifically are you asking? Are you referring to the items that are on there for the plumbing permits or for the hookup fees?
Hookup fees for the...
The hookup fees have not been addressed yet for residential for 3/4 or 1-inch lines. That proposal will be coming forward in the near future. Those hookup fees have not been changed since 1999.
Okay.
What's on the agenda for tonight are the plumbing fees for residential that everybody that builds a residence pays. And those haven't been changed since 1999 because they're the original ICC plumbing fees, which per fixture is $7. The new proposal is changing those to $15 per fixture. So that's what you're looking for. The tap fees are totally separate from these plumbing fees.
If I may, Madam Mayor, ask a follow-up?
Mr. Sedor is here to answer any questions regarding the permits.
Because in the -14 resolution, it was water sewer connection fees for the Three Rivers development, or the Rivers Edge development.
Yeah.
Are they in line with what is in here for this -15 resolution?
For city ordinance, those fees are set by the council. And those were what I had proposed for this project. They fell in line with the one that was passed in 2020 for the Rivers RV Park. So I just extrapolated using those fees and came up with the fees for this project.
So if I build a house, my sewer connection, sewer water connection would be the same as down there?
Currently, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
That's $1,000 a month, which I said they have.
1,000 a month?
Or 1,000.
Holy moly. Ooh,
That would
Bill,
really-
I'm running out of
That
town
would
here.
fix the budget right away.
And you'll be first.
That's the permit fee for the hookup. Like I said, those fees haven't been changed since 1999. And that's what everybody up in Paisley, Green Crow, all those have paid through the years
Okay,
for each residence that was built.
okay, thank you.
I apologize for not speaking up after I was done with mine. I should have just rolled into it. Chief Coker did send a report asking me to read it, so I
Yes.
apologize.
And I want to, and thank you for pointing it out. Yes, please, he gave you that report,
All right,
so
is it
if you.
okay if I read it now?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, per Chief Coker, 21 calls since the last council meeting 2 weeks ago, 371 calls for the year. They were able to accept a FEMA grant that they received for $82,000, and the fire department is looking forward to use the grant to purchase the safety equipment that they need for the department. That is the conclusion of his report for you.
Thank you. And Building Inspector,
I
Mr.
had no
Cedar.
report.
Okay. And I apologize for overlooking you. I did Chief Green last meeting, so thank you. 2 more years will have this down. Okay, so moving on. Let's see. We are on.
Still with public comment, are you done with that?
Yes, any other public comments at this time? Okay, not hearing any. So we're going to move on to new business council action. So item 1, is there a motion to approve the adoption of property tax ordinance 1401?
Councilman Skinner, I make a motion that we move forward with the property tax ordinance at 1%.
Is there a-
Councilmember Colette seconds that motion.
all those, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
The motion passes. Item number 2, is there a motion to approve Resolution 2025-15 plumbing permit fees?
Council Darcy moves to approve plumbing permit fees, resolution 2025-15.
Councilman Skinner seconds.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Again, public comment, I will open the floor for public comment for agenda items only. Number 12.
No, this is all open.
Yeah, this is all,
Pardon?
Item 12 is for anything.
yes.
Oh.
Yep.
Sorry, my script doesn't say that. Okay.
My
Okay.
script does. Carl, you know where I live. I want to commend the council on one thing in particular. For the last couple of years, when something comes up, somebody wants to have action on it, I motion this, I motion that. Read Robert's Rules of Order. I want to commend Councilman Skinner, Councilperson Darcy for moving tonight, not motioning something. Read Robert's Rules of Order. Good job, you two.
Thank you.
So, number 12, public comment, council comments at this time.
I got just a quick, and it was not a committee report. It's actually from the Flood Authority. We had our Chehalis Basin Flood Authority meeting earlier this week, and we're looking, it sounds odd, but they're talking about getting things wrapped up in the lower basin, meaning Hoquiam, Aberdeen, Cosmopolis, Montesson, areas that are affected in the lower basin. The pumps that have been installed in Hoquiam, Hoquiam's got pumps up and running, they've got other pumps still in construction phase, and they've got pumps in Hoquiam that are in the design phase. So they are just, Administrator Shea, Brian over there, does one heck of a job in making sure that he stays on top of his projects and gets these things moving on. Aberdeen, of course, built Fry Creek. Amazing if you get the opportunity to go by there and see what that does for taking care of the west end of Aberdeen. Their next big one that they're trying to get their funding and all their paperwork for is in Farragut Street, which is here in South Aberdeen. And then there is Division Street that is still in the planning phase that will take away some other pumps that are over there, antiquated ones. They'll all be centered out of one facility. And here we are, Cosmopolis, over here on this side, and we don't have a pump. On Mill Creek, we've got a gate. And that has been sufficient to do the job, monitoring and understanding what flood happens over here with us. We are moving forward with part of the funding that helps us do our stormwater plan, and that will be coming down the road. But they are just in the process of now trying to move up to the center, up Centralia Way, Chehalis Way, Bakota, those areas now, and concentrating. And they're not looking at pumps. They talk just as simple as a rain gauge that they can put in the headworks of whatever water source is coming, the different streams that come up there, that they can start to measure where are the different waters and what they're coming to that lead to the flooding of the Chehalis itself. So we just got together. There was some deals here that are really interesting. I can try to figure this out real quick and not make people sit here very long. Overall, Fry Creek was a $20 million project. But in reducing the flooding that it takes care of, comes out to over $100 million in property values and business operations, everything going on that would stop in case we were flooded, as we had a few years back, that type of a deal. So this investment that's being made, whether it's $3 million for a pump over here or rain gauge at $50,000 or whatever, people put the numbers together that show just what it can do. It's really hard to say in my wallet that I'm seeing something out of this $3 million until that flood happens and your business gets shut down, or you get damage in your home or your vehicles, or these people lose their cattle up in that part of the basin, and so they build dirt mounds and took money to just make dirt mounds in somebody's pasture. Why? What's that for? And why is my money being wasted to do that? It all comes out in the flood when it does happen. And so you've noticed out there's been the idea of the flow-through dam. There's the mitigate, being able to allow water to move out into bigger areas to slow it down from getting down the river and causing the damage that it does. It's a continuous project, continuous work. I've been now with these people for 2 years. They just amaze me on their dedication and their commitment to the Chehalis Basin and solving this flooding problem that's went on for as long as we've been here, 100 years. We get all excited when it happens, and then we don't see another flood for 25 years, and the interest goes away until it all happens again, and then, oh my gosh, how come we didn't fix that problem? These folks are constantly trying to work with the legislature and move these projects forward, understanding what happens to us. So there, I took too much time on it.
No, thank you for that report. And Mr. Coker, you are online this evening. Is there anything that you'd like to add to the meeting tonight?
No, I think this was a fine meeting. Nothing to add.
Thank you. And before before we adjourn this evening, I want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy it, be safe out there, and so I'm going to make a motion to adjourn. Is there
Councilman Darcy moves to adjourn.
a second?
Councilman Clyde seconds that.
So at this time, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Leo, Kim, you were talking about the sludge up there, the people lost farms and all that. Yes. There's the farmer up there. He got out of his